Okay, ready? Yeah. Hit it.
Maybach music.
That doesn't sound right.
How about we try again with shots?
Hit it again.
Maybach music.
Getting better, getting better. I think I know what to do. Ready?
Yep. Hit it.
Maybach music.
Hey.
You should try it.
Alright.
Maybach music.
I can't believe we're wearing suits for a video.
I mean, it is appropriate after all for this.
It is a Maybach.
You're watching Throttle Talk. This is a Maybach S550. A car so extraordinary yet unknown by many. Despite being the same price as any other Rolls-Royce or Bentley, the Mercedes Maybach lineup doesn't really stand out compared to a normal S-Class. But there are a few changes made to the exterior and interior that car guys and car girls will notice, and that helps it stand out.
Okay, let me walk you through some of the major changes of the Maybach over the standard S-Class. So, let's start with the wheels. They are the Maybach wheels and I do love the design of them.
And another thing that is quite prominent is that there is not much Mercedes badging on the vehicle except the wheels.
Yep.
They've replaced that with the Maybach badges over here and there's one in the back.
Over here, yes.
And it's a big difference to prove to people that it's actually not just a Mercedes, but it is a Maybach after all.
Exactly. And this car is a long wheelbase. I mean,
Extra long
extra
wheelbase.
long. Literally. Look how long this car is.
There is the wheelbases that people have. The short wheelbase, the medium wheelbase, which is every other car, long wheelbase, and then there's this.
Yes, which is extra long. Anyway, I want to talk you through the Mercedes money lineup as well. So as you can see, this has 3 DRLs. So Gavin, you start to make money, you get a Mercedes A-Class or a C-Class, which is 1 DRL. And then you make a bit more money, which is the E-Class. Then you get the E-Class, it has 2 DRLs. And then finally, when you made it in life, you drive this or a S-Class, which has 3 DRLs. And that's how you know you made it in life. You drive a Maybach with 3 DRLs.
Yeah. And if you have made it and want to buy this, check
Head
out
to Tokyo Prestige. That's where you can actually buy this car, and it's cheaper than most Maybachs out there. It's only 130 grand. Well, almost 130 grand.
At the back, there is no Mercedes badges except the Maybach badge.
Yes. And I love how they kept the S550 badge to let you know which S-Class that the Maybach is derived out of.
Yeah.
And remember how we call the AMG's blobfish design? Because every single car that we filmed, which is a newer generation that has the weird front bumper, we call it the blobfish style. And at the back, you can see it as well. Now, this does get twin exhaust, but then this is fake. You can see the actual pipes inside.
Yeah. It's actually not bad. Like,
Yes.
they have not done too much to it. Where everyone goes, oh, what's a cool car? What's a cool car?
Yeah.
It does have its presence, but
It's like,
it's subtle.
it gives that vibe, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
That's what Maybach is. Like, it's not as posh or like as good looking, or no, I wouldn't say good looking. It's not as loudly designed as a Rolls-Royce or Bentley.
Yep.
This blends in with the S-Classes, but then people who drive S-Classes or like every other car guy knows that if you're driving a Maybach, you're much better than the S-Class person. Before we go on with the video, we'd like to interrupt. 95% of our viewers haven't actually subscribed, but to those of you that have subscribed, we really do appreciate it, and that thanks to you, we get to be in Maybachs like this. And also thanks to Tokyo Prestige for lending out this car
and
today.
that's a huge shout out. Mind you, this is a vehicle that we didn't even think we'd film one day.
Yes.
But it has been possible thanks to Tokyo Prestige. Do go check them out. They have very cool cars like this and the Toyota Century that we did film last week.
Yes,
So,
and
check
they've got a
them
whole array of very cool cars. So go check them out, and also like and subscribe. Back to the video.
Enjoy.
Now, you might be thinking, why is a Maybach hundreds of thousands more expensive than a normal S-Class? Well, that's all on the inside. You see, the Maybach is more kitted up in the interior compared to the already top of the range S-Class, and it gets cooler. Let us start at the back.
I feel like I've made it in life. I'm just sitting back behind the Maybach, and I feel like Rick Ross. Anyway, let's go over some of the features. You do get a rear blind, which is pretty cool. It's electronically adjustable, and you even get rear window blinds, which is pretty fancy as well. And the favorite part of this rear blind for me is you don't just get a rear blind for your rear window. You even get a rear blind for this little screen over here.
Yeah. And that's something
blew my
that
mind.
people don't generally think about.
Yes, literally. And that goes to show how much more a Maybach would offer compared to standard S-Class.
And also you get a rear sunroof, which is quite cool because a lot of vehicles do not have that.
Yes,
And
and,
you can-
it's remember the Toyota Crown that we filmed, which is also from Tokyo Prestige, and this car is also from Tokyo Prestige, so come check this car out. Anyway, the Crown is sold out unfortunately,
Century.
but sorry, the Toyota Century, the Century is sold, And the thing about the rear is Gavin opened this sunroof or sun blind and I can close it, so both the passengers are prioritized, unlike in the Crown where most of the priority was for the passenger who's sitting in the
Yeah.
place that I'm sitting.
And like it's to the extent where, oh, I'm sitting here and it's all over there. But no, you don't even have to worry about it. It's on both sides,
Yes.
and you can control it with a remote.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
well
that's the
thought
thing.
of.
So about the remote, so the rear infotainment system, you see is not touchscreen, but that's good because if it was a touchscreen, you're gonna have to like lean all the
and
way
it's going to be
forward.
uncomfortable. You're
Yes.
gonna be like, ugh.
That's why you get this remote, which is very easy to operate, and I think this is my favorite feature of the car. You're lounging back, you're using a remote to operate a rear seat or the infotainment.
And that goes to think like how much more the Maybach version offers than a normal Mercedes.
It feels weird sitting with this much leg space.
Yeah, it is.
Especially-
That's also thanks to the extra long wheelbase.
Yeah.
And that also gives you to actually lounge on.
This does get, let me show you, this does get
Additional storage for one.
headphones. It gets headphones and the storage space, it's incredible. So you get storage space there, you get storage
Storage
space
space here.
here, you get your cup holders here, and you can even put this up and have a third person. It's going to be a bit uncomfortable for them, but it's way more comfortable than any other car out there. That's the back. Let me show you the front. Now you do get a leather and wood steering wheel, which is pretty good, and this wood is literally high quality. The steering wheel is heated and electronically adjustable, so fancy Pro Max. And moving on to the driver's display, it is obviously digital. It continues to be your infotainment system. Now the thing about this infotainment system is it's set up in a way where if I'm watching a movie, it's just going to show the movie to me, but if the driver wants to see the car settings and all of that stuff, he's going to see a different view and I'm going to see a different view. How they do that, I have no clue, but that's one of the fanciest things. And this car is pretty much loaded with features which I will list here. Moving on to the center console, you do get a wood finish over here, and it does say Maybach, which is fancy, and you do get your cup holders over here. Now the favorite part of this car for me is the infotainment system control, which is very similar to the S400, and I do love it. This armrest, it is heated and it is dual latch, so that means you can open it both ways, and a heated armrest is something that I haven't seen on any car except this Maybach, to be honest. And the overall finish and the beautiful design, I think the material and the quality used on the S-Class and the Maybach is pretty much the fanciest thing that you can get out there compared to like a normal C-Class or an A-Class. This is the ultimate Mercedes or the Maybach that you can get, which is why I absolutely love this car.
We've established that the exterior and the interior of the Maybach is absolutely amazing. But it's time to talk about the price, the engine, and how this car drives.
Let me quickly run you through the engine price and specs of this car. Now this is a Maybach after all, so this is the twin turbo V8 edition. This has 451 horsepower, 700 Newton meters of torque, and it gets rear wheel drive, and the suspension is very soft. Now let's get on to the driving. Gavin's in the back obviously because it's a Maybach and it makes sense to sit in the back, correct?
Yeah.
This is just under $125,000, but like pricing wise, Gavin, let's talk about price before anything. What do you think? Like $125,000 out of like all of the cars that we filmed, this is a Maybach and it's just $125,000 drive away. For me,
that does feel like it's completely worth it. Now, mind you, we filmed GR Supras, 400Z Nismos. Now, those vehicles cost around $100,000.
Yeah.
And those are sports cars. I get why you would pay $100,000 for that, but this for $125,000, it is completely worth it.
Yeah. Now
For
this
all
is
the luxury that you have, it's quite new.
yeah.
It's worth it.
Now this is 10 years old after all. Now let's talk about the driving aspect of it. Now the main thing that I want to go over is the suspension. This is so soft, but I feel like the Toyota Century suspension was a bit more refined compared to this. This is still very comfortable though for the drive as well. And unlike the Toyota Century or any other luxury car, the thing with Mercedes is they also make sure that the driver gets luxury features as well, because I get massaging seats, cool seats and heated seats as the driver, and then the rear passenger, which is the main focus of this car, they get premium features as well. Acceleration wise, this is a twin turbo V8 after all, so it's we gotta put our foot down. Not bad.
You actually feel it.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, that's not bad. Now this is a heavy car, so it does feel a bit slow. But the thing is, this has 700 Newton meters of torque, and you can really feel so much torque kicking in the second your foot is flat on the floor. But braking wise, braking is pretty good as well. Now it's very smooth. Have you noticed that, Gavin?
Yeah.
When you were driving, like the braking,
braking
it doesn't
is
like
smooth.
it doesn't jerk you around. Is that something we can say? Jerk you around? It's not sus, right?
I don't know.
Okay, anyway, it's not jerky when you brake. It's very smooth. The acceleration is pretty smooth as well. And handling. Now this is a long wheelbase, so I have to say it's surprisingly sharp. And for a rear wheel drive car, which is a long wheelbase, handling is very smooth. And then if I take a corner, let's see if Gavin sways around. Okay, that was a sharp corner. Did you sway around?
Not much, but I did.
Yeah, but compared to the Toyota Century, I didn't see you move much, which is nice. And driving wise, even for the driver, it's very enjoyable. It's very luxurious, very refined. And honestly, this is my vibe. Like, I get it, I film a lot of sports cars, but then at the end of the day, I want something luxurious, which I can like travel a long distance in, feel relaxed. And that's what this Maybach does. Exactly that. And it also has a heads-up display, which is pretty cool. And I think the favorite feature for me for driving this car is I can see the Maybach logo on the hood, and it just makes me feel like I've made it. I haven't yet, but that's the feeling I get when I drive this car.
Now, it's time for the final thoughts. Let's see what we think of the Maybach S550.
Now this vehicle is something extreme from what we've tested. It's extra long, it's more luxurious, and I mean the last two videos we filmed with this is luxury vehicles.
Yeah.
So it's a nice feeling and a different pace from sports cars. Starting off, Dinuk, what do you think about this car?
Thing that I do want to mention, you do get a Burmester sound system. You do get one of the most luxurious rear cabins in the world. This honestly feels like an Emirates first class to me.
Yeah. I mean, I would have to say that this is one of the best cabins to come out of the past century.
Yeah.
I mean, it is something pretty nice. I mean, the Toyota Century did have a nice cabin as well.
Yes.
But the back lounge, it is phenomenal. It's quite nice.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
You said phenomenal.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Phenomenal.
Okay, anyway, one thing I love about Mercedes over the other two brands are they put in so much thought into their cars, and that honestly makes a difference. Because
Especially the interior.
yes, and like the seat adjustments, I love the fact that they're over here instead of like under the seat, because this makes it so much easier for me to move my seat compared to having to reach down. And the other thing is, with the rear seating, I do love the fact that you can recline the back, but then if I had an option to recline the front seat as well, that would be even better, like the Toyota Century did. But overall, I have to say, the exterior, this is my favorite generation of the S-Class. I think this is the most beautiful S-Class ever made. I love the triple DRLs.
Yeah.
And exterior wise, I do love every bit of styling in this car. And the interior, I love the interior quality. I love the fact that they've used so much wood in here. Everything's so pristine, everything's so luxurious. And the price point, now this is only $125,000. To me, that's worth all the money, and that's thanks to depreciation, because brand new, these things cost way over $600,000-$700,000 depending on the options that you go for. So value for money, this is a 10 out of 10 for me. I think this is one of the most luxurious cars in the world. It is a Maybach after all, and for me it's a 10 out of 10. I think this is perfect. Gavin?
I mean, for the price point and for what it is, of it being a luxury car, mind you, we have tested S400, which is sort of the baby version of this, and
Yes.
we did also film a Toyota Century from Tokyo Prestige. Now those are all luxury vehicles, and those are pretty much the main luxury vehicles, sedans. But this just blows our mind with how Mercedes have done it, and I would have to give it a
Yeah. I would like to
I
bring
would
it.
have to give it a 10.
No, I'm going to bring mine from a 10 to a 9. I feel like 10 is a bit too
Yeah.
much. I'm going to say
I
at
was
9.
going to say 9 as well.
Yeah, I'm at a
Because-
9 as well. Because for me to
For
be,
me, would I buy it if I had 125,000?
I would.
You would?
I would. Oh, 100% I would. How about you?
No.
No?
I would.
Yeah.
Look, see,
Your JDMs.
it matters. No, not only that. It also matters to what criteria you're after.
Yeah.
If I'm after luxury vehicles, 100% I'll take this.
Yeah. Now that
But
was,
if it's a normal vehicle, that if I'm looking for just any other vehicle,
that's what I was gonna say. Like, you're more of a sports car guy. I'm more of a luxury car guy.
yeah.
And that goes to show with the vehicles that we bought, which you haven't revealed yet. But that goes to show that Gavin's literally a sports car enthusiast, and I'm like an old grandpa's luxury car
Look,
enthusiast.
I am an old grandpa luxury guy as well, because the old Jaguars and Aston Martins, they're one of my favorite cars ever.
Yep.
But this is a bit more different. It screams a lot to me.
Yes.
So, but it is a nice vehicle to have.
Yes.
I'm not saying that. So, I
And
guess that's where
where
we leave it.
that's where we leave it.
Thank you for watching.